My drive to the Convention Palooza was pretty boring, honestly. I chose out a time. I said I'm going to head out at this time. I packed everything up before the night before, and I headed out. Not really that big. I had a lot of extra stuff. If you look, uh, I have this car, I have a tripod, and I ended up with a bunch of bars and stuff as well, because we want to do all this cool footage, and we need that equipment. So I drove, and I listened to Lord of the Rings on the way, and that was kind of fun. And I saw this car when I was at Wendy's, and I saw this flower when I was at Wendy's. And then I went and I got that stuff, and I was actually at a makerspace, and this is the first makerspace I've really been at, so I decided to kind of do a little tour of it. It's exactly what it looks like. Just a bunch of tools and abilities to do stuff right there for your convenience. And everything is fairly well organized. I've been told that it isn't perfect, but it is what it is, and it works rather well. I was expecting it to be kind of messy. One guy was working on some architecture, and I thought that was really cool. And, they've just got tons and tons of stuff just lying out for people to check out. And if you look, you can actually read all of these letters. So you can find that out. And I found out that this is for LARPing, live action role playing. It's got like power and sound and stuff. So that's really cool. And I just basically walked around looking for, original stuff. And apparently this entire thing was actually carved with the CNC machine, so that's really cool. And this is the map of Seattle. The small area that we know as Seattle, even though the Seattle area is much, much bigger than that. And I just continue to walk around. That's a Raspberry Pi. And I just kind of enjoyed myself. As my friend points out, I enjoy taking weird pictures, so it looks like I've documented everything, doesn't it? And I basically stayed there for quite a few hours, just kind of hanging out. I was waiting for my cousin Claire to come and pick me up, or to come and pick some stuff up. And I went to Jimmy John's in between. There was actually some brick walls. And we're like, that's probably fake, but it looks really real. So we actually stopped our conversation to check. And yeah, it turned out to be fake, but it was a nice Jimmy John's. And then we checked out this trailer, and inside of the trailer was a crow. A live crow. It had gone after the French fries, as you can see. And we were able to get it out, but then it flew into the shop, and we decided to call it Maker Bird. I wanted to call it Maker Crow. And there's some more of the architecture. There's a flower. There's the flower in a little bit more depth and stuff. And this is the crow. And it flew into the gate instead of under the gate. And just kind of stayed there until I was able to grab it and throw it out. And, if it comes back and it treats us nice, we'll treat it nice. As my friend said, you haven't paid to use any of this machinery. So, that was kind of funny. It's in South Seattle, kind of a little district. And then I drove back and drove to my buddy's place. And honestly, I was so tired I couldn't remember the name of the dog. I thought it was Roscoe. His name is Paco. And the black one is named Cody and Guado. On the way back, or when I just got here, I was like, okay, and I need to plug in this power thing. I need to do this. I need to do that. And while I was setting up, I found out my shampoo had exploded in my bag. Luckily, I kept everything kind of in separate bags and stuff because I knew this might happen. So it's all good. I just had to replace all the bags in the morning. And this morning I found out that I had overcharged my car and now I need to buy new batteries for it. And I am kind of frustrated at that. But luckily I'm going to be hanging out with a bunch of electricians, so this shouldn't be too hard to set up. And I will see you all later when I get the next video out.